you'll have to bear with me for a minute, and you can look at my what you're seeing in the background is basically sort of up above is an electronics workbench, and I'm in the process of changing my stream title. I usually never get any visitors anyway. Doesn't really matter. It's for my own personal reference, but this is going to be a short stream. I can get out of this. And I'll explain a little bit about my guitar effects processors before I move on to what I'm planning on doing, or attempting to do, because I haven't actually done it yet. Now Kick is saying that I'm offline, which is totally absurd. Alright, let's pause this. And I don't know why Kick is saying I'm offline, because it's not true. Kick is slow, but once it picks up, it's kind of fast. Okay, so it's there now. We can do that. That's paused. That's paused. I can minimize this. Now I gotta fix this garbage on this Kick stream on my computer, because it never does what it's supposed to do. There we go. So I'm trying to figure out how I set up. Do I put Kick over here? Because I have to see my... It takes forever to set stuff up for me to do music. Twitch is doing some garbage over here. You know, you can only spread this damn website's... There. There's an ad playing on Twitch at the moment. So how do I set it down below? I think I set it below. Because I have to monitor my input levels going out to the stream, and that's it right there. So I have to see my stream though. Oh, let's see. So we could put this in the front. So I've got two guitar controllers. The main one that I use is this one. That's not. None of this is connected yet. Well, it sort of is, but it isn't. And as a matter of fact, let's turn that volume down. So this is my main guitar, and I have it set up to a certain setting. And I did go through one day, and I went through some settings on it to get some different sounds, to find different sounds for the guitar. Just to do something different, you know, and that's what some guitar players on the videos, the professionals, say, you know, kind of vary the sounds and that sort of thing, or have a particular sound for a particular style play, that kind of thing. And I usually pretty much just use the same sound for everything, which doesn't really bother me, because so this one guitar player, I think his name was Paul Sace or something, I can't remember his name. He mentioned, well, don't worry about how other people play, because everybody who plays music they're playing from their soul. You play from your heart, And you're not really trying to compete or anything. You are, let's see, how can I set this up here? I can't see what I'm looking for. Hello. Um, I think this is supposed to be up, not down. Oh my freaking god, I lost it. There it is. If I put this down and bring this up, then I can't see my volumes. I need to see chat too. So I put this over here. Put this over here. Oh, that almost works. I got that, I got that. I got this, move this over a little. Put that up to the front, put this up to the front. And I think I have everything. So, there is a pedal here, but it's set to full volume. And I don't use this pedal for anything. You know, you can change sounds and make all the different sounds and all that kind of crap, and I don't do any of that. Now, this one, okay, this is called the RP255. You can MIDI it to the computer, and it has a program. It's got the interface, and you can have settings on this, and you can save it. You know, bada bing, bada bing, bada boom. You can just grab it instead of having to cycle through all the settings using these two knobs here. I do have a MIDI cable, but right now we're concentrating on a different project. So I just wanted to talk about this really quick. And this other one is called a Zoom Player 2100. And I have not been using this because I didn't like the sound. No, it could be just that I'm not setting it up right, or for whatever reason. And the other option is to go from here into this. I don't want to go from the Zoom into here because I think this should be the final output. You can do stuff like maybe add a delay or a chorus, you know, simple stuff over here, and then add the different types of distortion with this one. That's sort of my idea. But you got to be careful when you're connecting these things together, because you can overdrive them and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, that's the two guitar processors I have, and we are going to change my settings on my stream. Oopsie daisy. And then I'm going to go right into the XR20 drum machine, trying to use that as a controller for my keyboard. And the only way that that's going to happen is that I've got to be able to save the programs and the different settings for the keyboard so that I can reload them back into the keyboard. There is a disc player that you sort of used to use, but it is somewhat functional only 50% of the time or something. God only knows what the story is with that. I usually have this set to 5. Let me turn this camera. Ah, who's that dude in there? Let's see. There's the controller. I don't have my other light on. I could probably turn the lights on a little bit. None of this stuff is turned on yet. I also have the illustrious XR20 manual. Wait. XR20, see that? I do not have the output of the XR20 connected because we are not going to use that as a drum machine, because if you ask me, there's only like I don't know, 3 or 4 drum sounds on there, and basically they're just recordings off of records, and they're not timed correctly. They're just, honestly, they're garbage. Just plain flat out garbage. I get all my drum sounds from Kinetic, which is a program by Cakewalk sort of thing. And, like, listen to this right here. Now listen to that. This is like a 4-beat measure, okay? Does that sound good? Okay, that sounds pretty good. And it's, none of that shit's my own. This is all this stuff is freely able to use and make money off it and do whatever the hell you want. But this drum machine thing is just plain flat out garbage. But what I wanted to do is, first let me get my lighting set up here. I'm not going to be able to stream very long. If I can get this damn little button to show up. Let's see, contrast. Take some of that out, maybe. Hello? Yeah. There's a myriad of buttons on there. That looks alright, I guess. What the hell? That's okay there. I can see this. I can see this. I can't. Maybe I can make this a little smaller. I'm working on it. It took me an hour or so to set all this up to be able to stream everything. Alright. I have my little drinky. Now comes the fun part. Will it work? So inside of between the two keyboards there is what's called Midi plus. There's a Midi input output channel thing that's got 8 channels, 8 in, 8 out, and you can do all kinds of crazy stuff. That's all well and good. But the problem, okay, so the XR20, the reason why I got this is because it has what's called a standard MIDI output, and I did have another cable, but it's got 5 pins on the plug, and you plug this into the input or the output or however you want to use things. Now, the bottom keyboard, normally I play this as a controller for the top keyboard. And the reason for that is because right now some of the keys, a couple of the keys are not working correctly. And so it works fine. I can even change octaves. I've got a few effects that I can use. It's not too bad. The sounds themselves I control by this keyboard, or this keyboard up here. It's got some stuff on there. I could probably, I don't know if I can turn that camera up just a little bit here. Because it's, you don't be looking at my other junk back there either. You do, you say something, I'll bust your Katushka, you know, just. Anyway, it didn't work very well. Probably made it worse. I think it made it worse, didn't it? My camera setup is not the best that it could be. So usually you turn on your main devices first, and then you turn on the controller second, all that kind of thing. So up in here, there's a screen. You can't really see it, and let's just turn this on. Let's see, and we've got to get some sound out of there, so we're going to turn on this mixer. And we output that mixer into I have 3 mixers. I could talk about that too, actually. There's a mixer for the instruments. There's what's called a monitor mixer, where the sound from the primary computer goes in, as well as the sound from the instruments. The sound from the instruments actually goes into a second mixer where I add the microphone, which should be in a different place. You have the microphone, and it's got Godzilla freaking amounts of cables coming out of it. Oh, I didn't plug that thing in either. So anyway, you change the sounds up here, and then this controls it. Now, we are going to use the XR20 to control the top keyboard this time. And we have to, well, I probably shouldn't have to do anything as far as MIDI goes, because it's already set up for this controller to work the top keyboard. So all I gotta do is just swap the cables. Now I could run a cable, a MIDI cable from this into the box and from the box into the keyboard. I don't like to do that, and the reason for that is the MIDI box has a peculiarity, okay, which is really weird. So you plug the box into the computer. The computer has a program. This is called Midi Plus MIDI box, Midi 8x8, 8 in, 8 out MIDI. And you can connect it to the computer as well as the standard MIDI ins and outs. So when I run a program to set how you can set any combination of ins and outs on the MIDI on this box that you want. The problem is once you disconnect it, if you were to plug it in without that program, for some reason it either doesn't work, or it's got a delay, or it makes noise. It's just a pain in the ass because it makes noise. And I just don't like it, because I had another keyboard that I was connecting to the box, and I wanted to use that second keyboard to control stuff that's on the computer. Now that worked fine by itself, and it may work fine by itself. So if I use this keyboard as a controller and plug it into the box and then go from the box to the computer, I can control sounds on the computer. That's fine. The problem is because you could run into delays, whereas when I connect the controller directly to this keyboard, no delay whatsoever, nothing. It's beautiful. It works perfect. And I'm like an older musician, and I don't want to mess around with pushing all kinds of buttons, because I'm a creative person. I want to create, I want to play the music, and I don't want to let all these computer buttons and shit play my music for me. It helps, I got another controller down. I got 4 controllers. I got launch control, and I got the thing with the button lights and stuff like that. I use all that separately. What I wanted to try to do is load drum sets. Okay, there's a drum set in here, and the problem is that this XR20, it only has 12 buttons. Well, the 12 buttons are, if you start from C, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That happens to be an octave. That's a full octave. When you have drum sounds on a keyboard, you got access to all these different sounds. If you know where they are, you can pick and choose. That's pretty cool. But I don't like pounding on the keys to make the sounds. That's my issue. And if I'm going to do a bunch of different songs and I'm pounding on the keys, it's going to cause some problems with the keys and everything. This is called a Korg 01W Pro, and when I bought this thing, it cost $2,500. I bought the top of the line keyboard when it came out. This keyboard is used by the keyboard player in the group Genesis. And that's the whole reason why I bought that keyboard. Their music is awesome. The songs are awesome. The sounds are pretty good. So that's all of that. And as you can hear, that's got good sound. All right, this keyboard is phenomenal. Now, it's got a couple of keys like this one. It doesn't play good. And then it's got another key up here. If I hit it, it'll just keep playing, and I've got to change the program in order for it to stop making that noise. No big deal, you know. So, now we're going to plug in the XR20, and all the MIDI is connected to the box. The box is not plugged in yet, so there's not going to be any control. Wait a minute. Wait. Let me think about this. Remember I was talking about the controller being direct on the input. Why am I going through the box to do that? So here's why. The reason why we're trying this through the box first, because I have to, what I got to do is save and load programs into this top computer. Now, if I connect this directly to the input on here, it'll work fine, and I can change the MIDI and all. You know, I can use what's on here. So maybe what I'm doing is, even there might be some delay and stuff like that. Okay, well, I don't really care about the delay. All I'm doing is making programs, making sounds, making sound sets. I want to know that I don't lose my original sounds from this keyboard, which are on there right now. And I have successfully loaded those patches and programs into a computer setup. Whether I'm actually going to do that today or not remains to be seen. Now, there's also a memory card, which I could use. I could attempt to use a memory card to change the sounds and store them on the memory card. But I wanted to hook this up to the computer, check the sounds, do a sound check, and all that kind of stuff. Why not, you know? So I got to plug this in. I'm going to plug in the XR20. It's already MIDI connected. The box itself is not. Now, another thing about this XR20, well, actually, no, that's not true, because it does have a switch. So you can't see the programming patches and stuff on the computer. I'm going to turn this on. Or not. Yeah, right up here. Now it's got different sounds and stuff. Now to go to MIDI, which I should have a thing there. I remember how to do this. You go to page. Wait, let's see. My eyesight has gotten worse because I hit my right eye. We could dim this because it's awful bright. And we might have to go to, I thought you could go, this is page, I don't know, system setup, MIDI channel 10, this goddamn thing is blinking and I don't know why. Oh my god, I'm going to have a bright ass light here to read this because I can't see a damn thing. My eyesight is shot to hell. eyesight's gone. I cannot fucking read this. So we've got display layout, physical layout, etc. We've got all the Midi stuff connected, basics. I put this right in the bright light. Where am I? God damn that fucking eye. I swear to God, you know? I'm gonna order that fucking eye set and get my own damn prescription. They don't want to give you a prescription. They want to fucking operate on your eye and put that damn thing in there. And I don't want to do it. Oh, I get thousands of people. They get good eyesight, yada, yada, yada. And you still got to wear glasses. Okay? Don't give me that shit, you know? It's bullshit. You got recording. Get this one little jibber-jabber shit about song mode editing patterns. Where the hell is the, It says MIDI channel 10. Drum set. Well, there's system setup, record setup, drum set, and effects. Pressing this button calls up various system settings such as MIDI options, another sum, etc., etc. When you get system setup in your system mode, you can move between these using page right and left, etc. To save your settings so they recall the next time you boot up, press the save button while in this menu and then press record to confirm save. Now I thought you couldn't save settings. Someone said when you unplug this and plug it back in, you lose everything. Okay? So you tell me. Record setup, pressing this variable allows various recordings such as quantization, pattern, length, time, signature, display, indicator, page right, left, line, drum set. This button calls up the drum set mode options where you can select different drum set shot sounds, blah, yada, yada, pad sounds, blah, yada, yada, yada. Display will indicate drum set while you're in yada, 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 yada. Effects. This button calls up the effects menu where you can select the effects which are stored and recalled with every drum set. The effects include reverb, EQ, etc., etc. To move between different pages, use the effects menu page right and left. You can use the value, dial, etc., increment to enable or disable, etc., etc. System setup, record setup, drum set, and effects. We have panel, display output, name on drum set, editor, swing drums, shot, quantization, cursor, increment, decrement, value number, 10 steps to instant gratification. Setup and checkout. You can do your own patterns on this thing. Now, I'm not using the sounds built into this machine. I'm going a step further, and we're going to do something more complicated by using it as a controller. But need to find out editing, record, setup. Inserting tempos, looping pattern indefinitely. A song perform mode, pressing and holding fill until the end of the song step will cause that step to repeat. A foot switch plugged into the count AB fill jack will perform the same function. You can use this feature. I don't care about any of that crap. Start and I don't care about that either. Append a song, yada, system setup. This mode access is important system, etc. MIDI channel When controlling the XR20 with external MIDI devices, which is what I'm not doing, which doesn't make any sense whatsoever, such as MIDI drum pads and keyboards. Okay, they said that wrong. It says here, when controlling the XR20 with external MIDI devices, they're telling you that the devices are plugged into the MIDI thing, which is not what you're doing. The XR20 can receive MIDI data. Well, that's what they're talking about. To change which channel instrument layer is receiving MIDI data on, first select the instrument layer by pressing drums, one shot, or synth. Select the desired MIDI channel for the instrument layer using the number buttons, increment and decrement buttons, or the value dialed and such. When several instruments are being drilled by MIDI, it's a good idea to assign different MIDI channels, not omni for each instrument. This ensures that the instrument will receive only the data it's intended for. Usually, drum channel's channel 10. So, like if I go here and we hit increment, decrement, no, page mode. Just page 1, MIDI channel 10, drum in on V1, drum out off, note 036 C1. So they could be talking about the different pads here. Okay, so like if I go here, it's telling me the note number, and it's telling me the pad number. Let me see here. Wait. Goes up to B, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, C sharp, A. It goes up to B, D2. What the hell is D2? Wait. Oh, this is 1. So this is actually accessing all of the notes. I don't know why it's staying with the original note. Clock in is off because I'm not using this to sync anything. Clock out is off. MIDI through is off. Program change off. Tempo, note map normal, set mode pattern, LEDs on, off, on, backlight full. Yeah, I can dim the, well, that's a backlight. Battery level DC in. Low battery at 7.0 volts. There is no battery connected to this. Memory. Send MIDI out. Yes. But I don't know how to do that. Send MIDI out. Drum. Alright, let me continue here. MIDI channel on one, it's already set to 10 to change which channel. Oh, an instrument layer is receive MIDI notes, drum in, etc. I don't want to receive in. Okay. The display shows drum in, one shot, or synth, depending on which mode is currently selected. This page features 2 different MIDI input velocity curves, V1 and V2. To have XR20 receive no message that this MIDI increment select off to add MIDI, ignore note messages. On V1 is a normal linear device. It will not affect MIDI velocity data being sent. For keyboards that do not provide a full range of velocity, it does actually. On V2 will allow the drums to be played at full volume without having to send full velocity from the MIDI controller. So V1 is velocity. The harder you hit the keypad, the louder the sound's going to get. Background select if you're using XR20 as an expanded module. I want to play real-time drum controllers into the XR20 as it plays a pattern. Select off if you're using an XR20 as a drum machine slave to a sequencer. When off, the XR20 follows sequencer time data but not the note data. You don't want it to play other parts. Note that in the scenario clock and page 5, the system menus must be set to on. You don't have that set to on. Transmit MIDI notes, drum out, etc. XR20 can output MIDI data from pad hits and pattern or song sequences through the MIDI. This allows you to send data into a sequencer for recording, etc., etc. To change an instrument's layer, MIDI out properties, first select drums, one shot, or synth. To add the X20 output MIDI data from pad, etc., etc., use the increment decrement button of value, select on and off if you don't want the XR20 to set the note data. If the XR20 is acting as a drum machine and provides the master clock to a MIDI system, select off so that other devices don't respond to the MIDI note data. It is set to off. Assign MIDI note numbers to drum pads. So we're looking at drum out on V1. So if we go back to where it goes, those are either on or off. I thought you could fix the sound on that too, but MIDI through is off, clock out is off, clock in is on. Drum out is off. We want to set that to on. And you can choose one shot is off, transposing, one shot, drum out. Where's the synth? Oh, if you hold this down, you can change an octave. Synth, so like if I want to play this as a synth, I don't do that shit. One shot, off, synth is off, one shot out is off, drum out is on. Now there's a drum set, but we don't use that. Oh shit, I fucked up. What the fuck did I do? I went out of the system mode. Alright, so now drum out is on. Now the drum out thing is acting like whatever the hell it's doing. Alright, like a standard drum. Like if the Korg keyboard is not set up for, now that's another thing. Alright, this is set up, there's a thing called General Midi. General Midi, what that does is it has a certain items are set in certain places. The snares is on a certain place. The drum is on a certain place. All that kind of stuff. That's General Midi. Well, the Korg setup is not General Midi. So you've got to load in a General Midi drum set onto this thing. Now, it's either that or you've got to change all the notes, note by note. And that was my original thinking. So this page allows you to specify when MIDI note number is associated with a given pad. So like C1, this number describes both the MIDI note and which will trigger the pad when controlling XR20 externally, as well as the MIDI note which will be sent out to other MIDI devices. The display shows the note number name in the upper left and the drum pad number in the upper right. First, select which instrument layer you wish to edit by pressing drums, etc. So if I go here, oh, I see. So I can just do that. I can press that button. Now if I were to go, alright, so let's say if I increment the note that I'm playing, which is the MIDI note on this keyboard, and then I go to the next one, and then I go back, it says C1, C sharp 1, because that's what I changed it to. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off this machine and I'm going to prove that the machine does not remember the setting. Now maybe you got to unplug it. It should have, you would think they'd have a battery in here. Well, actually there's, maybe that's why the settings get saved, because you have to have the batteries installed. We'll find out soon enough here. Alright, so go to System Setup, and then we'll go Increment. Drum out is off. Okay, so that changed. And the note 1 changed. It was supposed to be C sharp 1. So everything reset itself. Now, maybe that's because of the battery. Who knows? So, that's all good. We got that figured out. Let's see here. Press the drum pad to be assigned to a MIDI note, as confirmed by the drum pad number, etc. First, select which instrument layer you wish to do. What does that mean? Because if I hit drum, it just jumps to a different section. So, okay, so the drum layer is going from octave C1 and maybe C2, and then the synth layer is C3 to C4. So you could have a split on the keyboard, control drums on one side and control synth on the other side. I don't care about that shit. But what if there might be a way? Actually, that's just one shot. It doesn't say. It says the synth note is not available. We could, in a sense. Wait, let me see here. See, this goes up to 12, which is F2. If I go to one-shot mode, oops, what did I do? That's a C3. Pad 1. Oh, okay, so I could actually add 12 more drum settings by hitting the one-shot. But the one-shot is a different type of keypad press. Whereas, I think, one-shot is like, you just hit it, it makes a noise. Whereas the drum, you could have effects in there or something, maybe. I don't know. We could just try to mess with them both. Let's see what that says here. Enter the note, the number, etc. MIDI note assignments are global and will affect every pattern. MIDI note assignments are not individually selected for each pattern. Yada. The synth part cannot have MIDI note number. I don't care about the synth part. Pads, drums, one shot, synth, yada yada yada. Accept clock, send clock. I don't care about that. Merge MIDI in with MIDI. Yeah, I don't care about that. Select drum sets via MIDI program changes. Now, I wonder what this is. Because this might be helpful. A program changes a message sent to devices which causes them to switch to a new program or bank of sounds. Preset drum kits, user drum kits. Preset one shot, preset synths. 0 to 99 program change. Program change. Drum set selection on XR20 can be controlled at any time during playback through the use of program change messages. To have the XR20 receive program change, to have the XR20 receive program change messages, use the increment icon or value to select on. Select off to have the XR20 ignore. Program change 0. User drum set 0. Receive program change messages. Be aware that some devices number program changes as 1 to 128. Others go from 0 to 127, as some have banks of programs. So that would be program change. I guess that's probably a little bit advanced. So now, drum out is on. This tap thing is driving the fuck out of me. I wish I could shut that off. Either put a piece of tape on it or something. That's annoying. Let's go to system setup, effects. Now that's only on the output of the XR20. Probably just leave it on note mode. And that's it. That's all I gotta do. The rest of the stuff is tempo selection, map drum notes, etc. Drum note map in multi-drum set mode. Just a minute here. Multi-drum set mode. With each pattern, MIDI notes can either be mapped to 12 different sounds in normal mode, or they can be mapped to any of 5 drum set groups using drum sets. 0 to 9, 10 to 19, yada yada, in multi-drum set mode. Aha! Any of these drum set groups can cover MIDI notes 000 through 119. This makes the XR20 ideal for use as a drum sound module triggered by other electronic yada yada yada. Note that while in this mode you cannot record notes yada yada yada. Note the chart on the following which drum is true yada yada yada. What's this say? It says note map normal. In this chart pad a MIDI note number notes for drum 0, 0 to 10, 20, 30 drum set. Drum note. Drum set. Drum set normal. How do you switch? Or they can be mapped to any of 5 drum set groups. See, I don't know if you can, this is going to get connected to, this is also could be connected to the computer. And I don't know if there's a program that you can use to save the settings on the computer for this. So if I go to normal map and change this, now I've got 0, 0, 0 through 9. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's only 10. But there's 12 pads. Normal mode. Maybe it's something I could look at later. Now, if I hit something, okay, oh shit, what did I fucking do? Yeah, I'm just hitting the key. This is not going to control anything up there because we've got to turn on that box. And now, to do that, we have this blue external Midi cable, which is right here. We will plug that in. There's no other Midi controllers connected to this hub. And let's see if we get a noise. Okay, so that's not making a noise. Setting up device, we're setting up Midi 8x8. Midi 8x8 is ready to go. This thing, it will interact with another controller. It makes this really bad noise. This time we got lucky because we're just using this by itself. Let's see if we can make a noise here. Okay, as you can see, there's no noise on the keyboard because it needs to be programmed. So now, what we'll do is, do I have the program here to control this? This controller thing is on a different computer, and it is called, it would be on that Windows 7. Oh, wait just a minute now. Do I control that with the Windows 7 computer? Let me turn this off. I'm going to turn off this. I'm going to plug this into my streaming computer because that's where the programming is. Okay, so far so good. Now we're going to run a program called Midi Aux. I think. I don't know which one it is. There's change it, and there's Midi Aux. One of these will work. Change it has to do with my keyboard up here. Let's try this one. And I thought there was supposed to be settings. Opened Midi input, timestamp report. Options, Midi devices. Okay, here's what we use. So the program is called Midi Aux, Midi-OX. And as far as I can tell, we've got to route certain things. Now, channels 1 Now it says this uses channel 10 MIDI output. However, that's, I don't know what the fuck it is. What time is it? Jesus. So that's going in on channel 1. So we want MIDI inputs. Channel 1. MIDI output is going to be channel 8. No. That's a MIDI output is channel 1. I fucked up here. MIDI output is, no, MIDI output is channel 1. So this is going to send data to the computer, and it's going to send output to channel 1. Now here it says channel 1 is Microsoft GS Wavetable Synth. So I may have to change this to channel 3. Or channel 2, according to this. The input is channel. Alright, so I'm going to have to do, I have to turn this off again. I turn off and unplug everything before I change MIDI stuff. So this is going to go into channel 2. To the output, and I'll be damned, I think that input's probably got to get changed too, don't it? MIDI output, it says 8x8 is on 2. Oh, MIDI 2. MIDI output 2. MIDI input 2. Alright, I'm going to have to change that other one too, damn it. I want the output and the input on the same channel. We're on in-out channel 2. Let's go ahead and connect this one back up here. Turn this on. I'll go back to system. I had to turn those pads off. Alright, we're back here. Let me turn on software again. Wait, that was channel 7? No, what? That should be channel 2. Everything should be on 2. This is saying channel 7. MIDI input is in the back. It's picking up 7. The output is 2. Just 2, okay. It's still not sending. Oh, what did I just hit here? Am I supposed to be out of system mode? I don't know. Let's see one. MIDI devices, MIDI out, channel 2, which is here. This is a MIDI out. MIDI in should be channel 2. And still nothing. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, we're picking some data up on the output. Whether that's sync data or not, I don't know. Oh, something's happened here. Okay, that's interesting. It's picking up the note data from the keyboard, and what I need to have happen is I need to have note data from this sent to the keyboard. It should go from here into the box, and the box to the computer back to the box and out. And we are not getting that. Oh, wait. I forgot something. The drum out. We need to turn that on. Go back to note. Oh, it's not working. Drum out is on. But it's not picking up data. You don't suppose it's 7. You don't suppose the numbers are screwed up, do you? MIDI input 2. Let's try MIDI input 7. Let's see what happens. Oh shit, it's doing something. Uh-oh. Oh, you know what it's doing? Fuck, it's going into a feedback loop. That's 7. Why did it do it? It went into a feedback loop, which is not good. You can fry shit, more or less. MIDI output 2. Let me see this again. No, it's not picking up that data. It's not picking up this one either. Fuck. MIDI input. MIDI input 2. Okay, so the keyboard is sending the data into the input on channel 2 and it's picking it up. Now, this is supposed to go into channel... Oh, I know why it's not picking it up. 876 because I think it's channel 6. We need input channel 6. It worked. It worked. Is that C? I can't see the damn. But that's number 2. Where's this? Where's the letter? Note C. Note F sharp. Note C. F sharp. It's working. Yeah, baby. Okay. It was channel 6. So now I've got 2 controllers. I've got a keyboard controller and a drum controller putting outputs onto the computer. Now I need to send that data out to the keyboard. So when I press this, it plays the note on the keyboard. So let's go back to options. And those are MIDI inputs. MIDI inputs are set. The keyboard is an input. The controller is an input. The output is on channel 2. I'll just verify this again because it didn't work before. It says channel 2. I should be getting a phone call anytime here. So output channel, MIDI output channel 2. Hit OK. Now when I hit this, it should play that. But it's not. It's not playing it. It's not sending this cable is connected to the input of that keyboard. Now if I hit a note here, is that going to feed back? Oh, you know what? You know what? It could be too low. This is C1. That's C4. That's C2. This is playing C1. So let's go to normal and change it to, oh shit, I don't know. No, I'm not gonna do that. Why is it hitting C1? Can I change the value? Yes, I can change the value. So this, let's see. That is C3. Let's change this to C3. And the winner is... It doesn't work. I'm hitting C3. It says I'm hitting C... Wait, no, I'm hitting C4. Wait. Now it says I'm hitting C3 up there. It's not playing it here. It's not playing it. It's not sending the data. Fuck. It's not sending it. It says drum out. Let's turn all of them on. Oh, there's transposition. But I don't want transposition. Synth out. On. Oh, I did it. I did it. I got it. I got it. Wait. No, off. Off. Off drums. Off. Synth. So it's using synth mode. It's using synth mode to do the controlling. Okay, all I want to do is just hit the notes. So now what I do is we go up here and I can't see what the hell I'm doing. I got it to work. I got it to work. I'm just that good. Where's this value? That's up. Alright, so that one. Well, now we just find the drum set, which it's not going to work because everything's scattered all over the fucking place. But maybe I can fix that. Let's see. There's the drum set. Alright, that's C2. So, like, now I can go to my, oh, now it's saying MIDI channel 1. Okay, I don't know why it's doing that, because it's just doing it. Note map not available? It's saying note mapping is not available now. Oh shit, what? Some goddamn fucking scammer number's been trying to call me, and I haven't looked them up to block them yet. Oh, where's my notes? Fuck off! My note mapping, my note changes are not available. It says that's C3, which is... No, I want to be able to change the position of the note. It won't let me in synth mode. Note is not available. I'll be fucking damned. Well, that's at MIDI channel 1. It's supposed to be... It's supposed to be... Wait, I just found it. Oh, this is drums. Oh, wait a minute. I'll be son of a bitch. What the fuck? Something's really fucking weird because I can't, it won't go to the synth mode. synth in on V1. I'm confused now. Fuck. Midi channel 10. What if I could change that to 1? It worked. Wait a minute. It worked. Okay, so now I've changed it to channel 1 because that's what it was on synth mode. This sounds different though. Where's that note? D2. C3. This is D2. Oh, this has got velocity. See, if you hit it lightly, it's light. If you hit it harder, it's louder. It's not the velocity effect is not very good though. It's like 50%. I got it! I got a drum machine controller. Alright, sort of. Because now if I'm on channel MIDI channel 1 instead of 10. If I was 10, I could have channel MIDI, load all the patches and all that other shit. I don't care about that. I care about, I need to know where my notes are. So, but I can see where the notes are. Like this one is C sharp 2, which is that one. And that one is F sharp 2, C, D, E, F. Now if I go drum out is on. One shot is off, synth is off, drum is on. Now I've got, with the drum on, I can go to my note assignments. Maybe. You gotta kind of hit on it. That's a C sharp 2. D1, this says D2 though. This is D2. Let me see here. That's F sharp 2. This is F sharp 1. C3, C2. If I change the octave up there, is it going to affect the octave in the machine? I need, so like this is putting out, that's putting out C3, but it's on here it's saying it's C2. Now let's try something. Change this to C3. That's a different note. And it says it's a different note. Let's see one go. Now, what I can do also, now that I remember things, I can go to velocity, change it to 2. That's not working. The velocity change. It might only have to do with the that says drum in. Can I do this with drum out? Drum in off. No, this only affects the input. I don't know why you would want to put drums MIDI information into this thing. That just totally fucking confuses me. So, MIDI channel 1, I gotta write this down. MIDI channel 1, drum out on, and I can control that, but it's affecting everything. So let me see up here if I can see this, which I cannot. I can't even see my stream, or I should be looking at my stream too, which I'm not. And of course I don't have any viewers anyway, so who gives a shit. I have my stream should be. Did something happen? Why is it frozen? My image is frozen. This is not supposed to be on. My camera's shut off. What the hell happened to the... Oh, you know what happened? When I plugged in that thing, it shut the camera off. It shut the streaming camera off. That's okay. We'll just leave that. Let me just look at my other computer over here. I could monitor maybe. Let's hit play on Twitch. Yeah, it's okay. Just leave it there. It's no big deal. I'll get the MIDI aux program to run on the main computer because that's because I have to have the camera streaming. Well, yeah, the music goes to the streaming computer, right? So that's all freaked up. Alright, so let me go back up here and see if the octave change will do anything for me. And we got to go to global mode. And MIDI channel 1. Nothing. Local control is on. I can play it. Control is enabled. Exclusive is disabled. Aftertouch is enabled. Note received, yes. Internal clock, yes. Key to transpose. Now. Key transpose. I did it. What the fuck? Let's look at this key here. this now. It's not changing it. Alright, so the this is not changing it. Changing the transposition on the keyboard is not affecting the transposition on this controller, which sort of makes sense. Master tune, that's something else, and that's it. That's what are you going to do? Alright, so now what I would have to do is, okay, so let's say for example we want I think I did something wrong here. Yeah, the stream is froze. That's okay. We're still streaming. Oh, that's dance. Now let's say if I want certain notes. Oh, that one is not working right, but when I hit this one, it should be good. I got a better drum set somewhere. I think it's on the program bank and not on this one. Why can't I go up an octave now? I could do it with this if I had this connected too, which is theoretically possible, but I'm not doing that. Alright, so I can't see that. I gotta have this on. Now that says C2. That says C2, but here it says C1. That's a C1. It's a note lower. Okay, so just transpose the numbers in my head. So if I want this one, that's F2, so it's going to be F1. So then I could do bass drums here, the other one's here. So let's just change that to F1, and I got it. I got it. Yeah, baby! Only problem is, when I turn it off, I gotta figure it all out again. All these notes are gonna be different. Okay? They'll all be back the same. They won't be reprogrammed. Now let's find a symbol. I don't like the sounds on this. Okay. Use that one. What is that one? F3. So what do I do? Hit F2. We could say sounds are up here, and we'll call that F2. There it is. Now the only problem. Okay, I got sound. Now I can go to my Ableton, and we could just I don't know what the beat is. So my beat on here, well, you're not going to see what I'm doing. My beat on the keyboard needs to match the beat that's on Ableton. And I can play Ableton. Let's say if I do a new record on 3, and that's supposed to be channel 1s and 2. Hello. Now, if I do, I think this is supposed to be lit. We'll crank this up to alright, so delete that. Delete that. Now if I had the other controller set up, I could do that too. Now it's playing on Ableton. Alright, that's good. Now we want to add something to that, so we'll go to the next channel and reset it. Now it's playing on Ableton. Hear the delays and shit and everything in there. Now if I had the third controller connected, I could control the volume. Alright, that's Ableton. That's just a basic whatever the hell that is. Alright, so no, I don't want to turn this off. What am I supposed to do? I'm supposed to do something. Fuck. Okay, so now the last test. Alright, now MIDI aux program. So when I turn this off, all of these settings I think are going to go away. If I turn I can't unplug the 8x8 MIDI box. That has to be plugged in and turned on in order for everything to work. But the problem is, the question is whether or not the MIDI aux program keeps that program change. When you turn this off, when you set the change, okay, the change is made. if I go to options, MIDI devices, and it says MIDI in 2, MIDI in 6, and then MIDI aux events because it's whatever, and then MIDI out channel 2. That's the settings. I'm going to hit cancel. I'm going to exit out of the program. Now, before I do that, that's me playing the XR20. That's me playing the keyboard. That's me playing the... It's more sensitive to the velocity changes on the XR20. But here the keyboard, with the microphone turned on, you can hear me pounding on the keyboard. I'm going to turn the mic off. That was the keyboard. Now I'm going to play the XR20. And now for the last check, I'm going to turn off the MIDI aux program. And this is where it would be nice if this setup would still work with this program shut off. Closing MIDI devices. Now I'll just bring up my stream, and my stream's back up, and nothing works. The MIDI is disconnected. Drum out is on, MIDI channel 1 is on. The MIDI box is not coming on at all. Let me try something. No, it is completely shut off. It's dependent on that program. So, it's dependent on the MIDI aux program in order for the MIDI 8x8 box to run. I don't like that. I do not like that at all. I wanted to have that a certain way, and I can't. And yeah, I know you tried to call me. However, we got it to work. We got one note. I can change the notes. I can have the sounds on here. I can change the note to whatever I want. Now the only thing I've got left to do is to program the actual... I can't bring the camera back up. That's just life right now. I'm going to run a program called Change It. And this program, what this does is it's supposed to... let me see, here's the settings. Roland is selling, Korg ONW is currently selected. Whatever the hell that is. MIDI receive all. Wait, let me see, file open. Korg documents. ARP Odyssey. Okay, that's not what I want. Let's try MIDI receive all. Korg all programs, Korg all combinations, Korg all. I double clicked. The application has stopped working. Change it, MSC application stopped working, problem caused the program to work, etc., etc. Oh, wait. Oh, it's not even connected. Wait, I gotta turn this. So I gotta turn this back. I gotta plug this back in. I'm gonna plug the box back in. Turn on the MIDI aux program. Oh my god, the fucking mouse just froze. There it is. Get it back. Alright, the MIDI aux program is back on. Let me see here. And it works. Everything's working fine. That's all good. Minimize this. Now I'm going to change it again. MIDI receive all, Korg ONW all. receive. Click the stop button to stop receiving MIDI data. Now, do I do a global dump on the keyboard? The program's working. How do I do a global dump on the keyboard? I think that's what I'm supposed to do. It's something to do with save. So if I go to global, the computer's sitting there waiting. Let's go to the page number. I can't see this fucking screen. It needs a whole new screen. Load program. Save sequence. Save. Dump drum kit. Dump global. Dump program. Dump combination. Damn. Okay, you wait just a minute. Let's cancel this on the computer. We're going to cancel this. We're going to go back to MIDI, receive all programs. Shit. Receive all Corgon W all programs. Oh, it doesn't say. Store in file. What? SysX program. Oh shit. What is this? I don't know what this is. Exclusive data. Let's just call it. Fuck, I can't see a damn thing. KP. Program KP SysX all programs. Receive. And now it says dump program. So dump program. How do I click this? Start. Program data dump. Why want to do it? I'm supposed to hit enter. Oh, dump. Processing. It says it's processing. It said it dumped the data, but it's not, it didn't do it. Fuck me. Let's just do this here. Let's hit stop again. MIDI, receive all receive, store in directory, receive. No, that didn't. It's not getting the data. Like, I don't know how to do this. I'll have to look this up on the internet, maybe. It's not dumping the data. Let's try saving the data. Load. Oh my god, what the fuck is wrong with this? It will let me go back. Save all combinations program. What the hell? Load combination program, load one combination, load one program, load jump pick, load combination program. Save combination program. That's card save. Card save. What? Jesus, I can't fucking read this. That's card save. That's only on the card. Preloads. Data dump. Dump program. It's not working. Oh, it's not working. Hello. Yeah, I don't know what to do. I'll have to look it up. But I call it quits because my camera's froze. So let's see. I guess if I go changing something on my keyboard, I can't change it back. There's no way I'm going to be able to change it back to the default. Unless if it loads it back. Oh, you know what I can do? I could make the changes on the keyboard. I can't even see the reading, the lettering on this. It's just I cannot see it at all. I don't know if I have to have a light on there. Backlit light on the keyboard is just bad. Like, it's really bad. I cannot read it at all. If I had some kind of LED lamp or something on there. I don't know what's going on, but I gotta call it quits. So we'll turn all this stuff off. That's off. That's off. It was successful, I think. Being able, the fact that you can change the notes on the XR20, whereas on a regular pad, you can't do it. Now, I have another pad, and this seemed to work okay. You know, you beat on the pads instead of the other, and then you've got, but the timing, you know, trying to do a drum set on this thing from here, and then trying to do the timing with Ableton, you know, then you have to do this quantized stuff to do the timing, maybe. You know, I'm just wondering about the money that I spent on this XR20 versus just using drum sets that's already available to me, you know, instead of making my own. But there are some songs that don't have this drum sounds that I need, and this is the only way I can do it. And the crap that they send you online for drum sets trying to key in that stuff, it's terrible. I can change the notes, I can do the MIDI, I got that all figured out. I guess I should write that shit down. MIDI channel 1, MIDI channel 1 and drum on, I can change the notes. But I need to figure out now how to change the program on the keyboard. It's not sending information to the keyboard. I wonder if the MIDI aux program actually where is it? Right here. Oh, what did it do? Oh, it sent data. It sent 6x continue. 6x continue. Grand piano. I don't know what that is. It sent information on the MIDI aux program. File. Load profile. There's nothing to load. Instrument panel. Control panel. MIDI sync. Yada yada yada. Mono MIDI status. Instrument panel. Instrument file. Yamaha. Yada yada yada. Instrument. Bank. Patch. Name of patch. I'm going to look up this MIDI aux information more because maybe that's what I need in order to the other program. It should collect the data, but it's not. I don't know why, but I gotta go, and I shall return later when things are back to abnormal. Yep. Wonderful stream. I froze. Oh my god.